Outreach Church has been instrumental in my spiritual healing and bringing me to a new place in my walk with the Lord. You see, I had gotten born again. I first cried out to the Lord in 1979, and it would be awesome to say that I was faithful all of those years, but I wasn't. I had turned my back on grace and I'd walked, which eventually led me to Teen Challenge in Western Michigan. And even after then, I had ups and downs, but my biggest struggle was believing that I could really be forgiven. Whereas Paul said he was the chiefest of sinners because of all of the things that he had done to the church, I actually had issues with that particular verse because at least what he did, he thought he was doing for God. I just turned my back on him. And so I struggled with believing I was forgiven. From the first day we came here, this entire body just welcomed us with love. I believe it was our first Sunday here that we were invited to a small group at someone's home that evening, and we went and we were just welcomed so warmly with an unconditional love. About a month later, we went through Inside Outreach, and about 4 months later, I was on the prayer team. And I remember going to the first prayer team meeting, and these people were incredible. And keep in mind, I'm still aggressively in the Word and in prayer. But after the first prayer team meeting, honestly, I felt like maybe I shouldn't be here because they were so powerful in the Lord. They were so faithful, full of love, and I didn't feel worthy because I knew I had walked from the Lord. But there were about 4 or 5 people in particular that just kept pouring the love of Christ into me. And at the same time, there was a constant theme and a message coming from Roy's messages on Sundays, and that was God created you intentionally and on purpose just the way you are. That you don't have to be someone else. That He will use you the way that you are. You're perfect just like this in God's grace. That you're not called to be someone else. You're called to be you. And he also talked about how it wasn't a matter of how much you seek Him or how much you go after Him, but it's a matter of the Father's character and how much He loves you. And that your sins aren't covered by the blood of Christ to be uncovered later on. They are washed away by the blood of Christ, never to be remembered again. And that persistent love of Christ that came through these people on the prayer team and that consistent message that came from the pulpit became truth in my life. I began to really get a grip on it, even if I didn't feel like it. And this body gave me the strength to do that. And I came to know the truth about that, and the truth set me free. And once you're set free, all bets are off. Now you're ready to really be used of the Lord. You think you were being used before, but it's nothing like now. Now it's wide open. Anything is possible. I believe that the Lord saw me. I know He saw me while I was diligently seeking Him and struggling with believing that I was really a child of God. But He was preparing a body 14 hours away in Greenville, South Carolina, that was to be part of my healing. And for that, I am very grateful to be a part of this body, and I thank the Lord for allowing me to be a part of this body.